Well, g'day everyone, and welcome to my round 4 ramble. Wow, wow, wow. What a nice surprise that was. So, yeah, I wasn't actually able to watch live. So I was sort of just checking up on the scores every now and then, and seemed to be, I watched a bit of the replay, and yeah, it seems like we were, keeping in it, until about. Well, really, it's sort of until three-quarter time, or a little bit before three-quarter time, when seems we got our game going. At least we held on in the last quarter, whereas the last sort of few games we've been sort of letting go. So that was really good to see. Good four-quarter effort. I think the Dogs had their way in the first quarter a little bit, and then we were able to hold that, and they weren't able to kick away because they were just missing their chances, and they I think they kicked seven behinds in the first quarter, and there was like a string of four in a row, and it was like if they were goals, it would have looked rough, but no, we were able to hang in there and then get away with a nice win by the end of it. So it was really good, and yeah, from the bits of the replay that I've seen, probably one that I'm gonna end up watching the full thing. Um, Maybe like at the end of the season kind of thing, go back and watch this game. I think it was a really good game. So, yeah, it was a huge win. I wasn't expecting a win from my preview. I just wasn't expecting a win. Happily take that. So my sort of quick little thoughts on the game. Give Liam Baker a pay rise because Jesus, he he is the Richmond man at the moment. Like he is just everything that I feel like the club wants to stand for is him. That courage that he showed when he split his head open, like that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. It was great. So do not. I'm not. I don't, now I'm not saying that this is. Don't take this out of context. We do not want to lose Liam Baker. Like say for whatever reason, he's wants. We can't let him leave. So give him a contract that he likes. Same with like Jaden Short. Give him contracts they like. We got to keep him. Got to keep Liam Baker. He is unreal. Bolton as well. He had a massive game. I think he kicked. How many goals did he end up kicking in the end? Two goals, 20 disposals. I get the player stats in a bit, but yeah, Bolton was unreal again. And Noah Bolter is a freak. Man, that one highlight where he's on the wing and he just runs straight past Bailey Smith and he just keeps going. He just keeps going fast, and you can see Bailey Smith like start sort of turning a bit to try and catch up to him, and he just couldn't. That was fantastic, and then it obviously resulted in a Tom Lynch goal. So Noah Bolter as well. He's just a freak. It was really impressive. Really impressed with that. I think. There was just so many moments in this game. There's not a lot of games where there's just so many of these moments. Like you might get a few of these every now and then, but this game had so many just moments. It was great. I loved it. I really loved it. Um, it was really great to see Dion Prestia return and get through the game completely unharmed. Um, because it's a bit of a touchwood kind of situation where it's just I'm sure a lot of supporters had their fingers crossed that just please let Prestia get through this game, like please, because that would have been a nightmare if something would have happened. But thank God he got through, and I wonder if he's going to be a bit of a case. The same as I would think Cochin at some point is, are we gonna just rest him? Maybe we rest him, maybe let him play for like a month now, and then rest him or something, or just something. I'm sure it's going through their heads. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Although I'm a little bit surprised Cochin hasn't been rested, but that's probably due to just not having Prestia and not having Lambert and stuff like that. So I would expect Cochin gets rested at some point. Thompson Dow. Thompson Dow is really proving to be the future of the midfield. He kicked his first goal in this game, which was a pretty stock standard goal, but a goal nonetheless. He What did he have? He had some really good stats. Let me just check on this. What did he have? 15 disposals. Oh, I've lost him. 15 disposals. There was one. Oh, he had 7 tackles. That's the one I was thinking of. 7 tackles. That's pretty good there. 2 clearances. So yeah, Thompson Dow had a really good game. I hope he doesn't get dropped for like when Lambert is back and stuff, but I'll get into that in a bit. I got some thoughts on that. And then Jaden Short was absolutely unreal. He 810 meters gained. Now, Shorty does get a bit of flack, I guess, when people saying, oh, like he had like 30 disposals or something, but he gets like a lot of easy balls. He just gets all the kick-ins. Obviously, he's gonna rack up the stats, but I think what people probably do notice, I would like to think a lot of people notice this. So he's 2 things. He's really efficient by foot. He wasn't. So in his Jack Dyer year in 2020, he was elite by foot. He would never miss a target. And then last year, I think he sort of lost his way a little bit. He was still getting the touches, but his kicking wasn't quite as good. I think this year he's gone back to that. His kicking is, at least from what I can tell, it always gets to where it needs to go. But then also he's really attacking. He's one of those, like, yeah, he might not get all the tackles, and he's not so sort of defensively minded, but he is so offensively minded, and that you can't, you know, you can't really replace that. He defends, but then he gets it and he attacks. So Shorty is clocking up another, probably a career best season. If 2020 is his current career best season, this is probably set to overtake that. And it is early, but if he can keep this up, all Australians should be on the radar for Jaden Short. He is one elite player that we definitely can't afford to lose. His contract is up this year, I'm pretty sure. So he's not leaving. I'm sure I'll be very surprised if he leaves. I'm pretty sure he absolutely loves the club and stuff. But yeah, that is a priority. Now, I might just quickly run through some of the stats and then I'll get into some of my other thoughts. But yeah, Jaden Short, 35 disposals, 7 inside 50s, and then 10 meters gain. Unreal. Dion Presti's return game, 30 disposals, 2 clearances, a goal. I don't actually remember seeing him kick a goal from the footage I've seen, but wow, he kicked a goal. Okay. Bolton with the 20 touches, 2 goals, 5 clearances. So yeah. Yeah, so they're just some of the key stats that stood out to me. So now a bit of a maybe controversial call here, but so we're expected, I think we're definitely expected to welcome back Vlosten for round 5 against the Crows, and I'm not entirely sure on Lambert. He played a bit of the VFL, and as far as everything I could tell, he had a pretty good game. I think he had 17 touches and stuff, so that's great. Now, are they going to continue him in the VFL for another week or so, or are they going to bring him in? I'm really not sure, but this might apply to either. But anyway, if Lambert is coming back in, I would suggest dropping Shane Edwards. Now, the other one in line to be dropped is probably Thompson Dow, but Thompson Dow is on another level to Edwards at the moment. Edwards has been a fantastic player for us. He's a Richmond man, but we got to really look at the now and moving forward. He has had 4 rounds now, and he doesn't look up to it. Something's shaky about him. I don't know. He's way off it. So I would make the call to drop Edwards, to just take him down to the VFL, get his confidence up or whatever the cliches are, but there's no way I'd be dropping Dow. So I think if Lambert is coming back this round, you're dropping Edwards. If he's not coming back this round, and obviously Vlosten is, I'm pretty sure Vlosten is 100% coming in, could you drop Edwards for Vlosten and then do some shuffling around that? Maybe move, oh god, I don't even know. Move Hugo into his role, see what Hugo's like in the sort of half forwardish part of the ground that Edwards plays, although Edwards really goes all over the ground. So I reckon that could work if you bring in Vlosten down back, and then move Hugo to fill the roles Edwards does, maybe. Just a thought. I think the more obvious one is just you're dropping Miller for Vlosten, but I'm not sure about that. I think Miller probably deserves another week, but obviously footy is pretty cruel, doesn't really work like that. But yeah, I would like to leave Miller in for at least another week, and then drop Edwards for Vlosten. If Lambert's coming back in, then there's a bit more going on, because then I would definitely think Edwards for Lambert, and then probably Miller for Vlosten. Not too sure. Haven't really done a lot of thinking about that, but I'll probably talk about this. I'll have a bit more of a think and talk about this in my preview video later in the week. But no, pretty. It's going to be an interesting. It's going to be a really interesting discussion to have. My initial thought is probably Lambert's not coming back this week, but Vosten definitely is from everything I've sort of heard from Dimmer and stuff in his press conferences and things. Someone else that there's a couple players I've missed out on. I sort of just touched on Ralph Smith. Man, I am in love with Ralph Smith. He is fantastic. His absolute run. He'll just run so hard with the ball. He might butcher it, but I think from some other people are saying like that he'll sort that out. His just absolute drive to just take that ball is incredible. I think he's going to be a really good player for us in the long term. And then someone else who's been around for a while, Daniel Ryoli. There's few people saying it's his best game, which there's a lot of games to go back through, especially sort of the 2017 period. Him as a forward, I think some of those might have been his best game. But I don't know. This definitely his best game down back. I think that's pretty clear. But yeah, Ryoli has absolutely made like a name for himself down back now, which is fantastic. So I was really impressed with Ryoli and Ralph Smith, both incredibly important down there, because I think Ryoli has probably taken that Hooley spot and locked it in, nailed down. He's not going anywhere. So yeah, really impressed with that. I was a doubter of Ryoli moving back originally last year. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out, but he's really done it. Another one that I think I might want to mention, McIntosh. He had a brilliant game. 490 meters gained, 20 disposals, 8 marks. I thought he was I think he's a bit underrated, Macca. He just gets it done. He just gets the job done on that wing, and he just runs all day, a bit like Pickett. And yeah, so yeah, really good team game. This one was. I hope my little ramble here has been all right. But yeah, they're my thoughts. A few big calls in there with Shane Edwards. If you want to let me know your thoughts on that. But yeah, other than that, I'm super happy with this game. Let's just back it up, because while it was a good win, it is also a little bit concerning how back and forth we've been going this year. So let's string together a win against the Crows at Adelaide Oval and get 2 wins in a row. That will settle some doubters. If we can string that together and beat the D's in Anzac Eve, that would be incredible. But that's a little bit further down the track. But anyway, really good win. Really pleased with that. Huge performances from a number of players. I could list everyone really, but I think I've said enough. Now on to you guys. I'll be down in the comments replying to you all. So thank you very much for listening, and give me your thoughts down below. Thank you. Bye.